All right, looks like we are live. I'm just going to fix this real quick and we will be good to go. Um, yeah, so real quick. So this video is going to be short and sweet. I'm actually going to do multiple videos about this topic because this is something that has helped me personally with my businesses. And I think it'll help a lot of you guys. I have a lot of friends on Facebook who are entrepreneurs, digital nomads, business owners, or at least just involved in some way. So I think this is something that can help a lot of people to one degree or another. So real quick, so this is going to be about sales. So what's really important in any business is to have good prospecting and to have good sales. So because without that, you could have the best product, you could have the best service in the world, but if you don't have a effective prospecting and sales process, it's going to pretty much just fall apart. You're not going to have any capital. You're not going to be able to reinvest back into the business, pay your team, and reinvest in yourself to really just improve your product or your services. So it's kind of an endless cycle to be stuck in, and it's not fun. So what you can do, first of all, is to take a look at what is your current sales process, whether that's a service or a product, and take a look at how you can better organize that. So real quick, so I actually made this little to kind of break it down a little bit. This might be oversimplifying it a little bit, and every business is different. So, I mean, this may or may not look accurate to what you have. So just kind of adjust accordingly. But just any business, I mean, you're really just having these different sources of leads. By the way, I'm like sweating like crazy. I'm in Mexico and it's super humid. So sorry for anyone watching this right now. But anyway, so yeah, so there's different sources of these leads. And what's really, really important, and what I see a lot of businesses fail at, is having a good follow-up system. So what you want to have is not only a way for people to find out about you, having a good presence, and whether that's just word of mouth, Facebook, website, Instagram, offline and online, basically. But also you want to have a good way of following up. So let's say they opt in, they give you their email, maybe they sign up for something. You just want to have a really good follow-up system for that, and make sure that you follow up in the correct way. And this really just takes understanding your own avatar or your own customers, and just finding out, what is first of all, what is the reason that they opted in the first place, and how are you going to be able to upsell? So in marketing, there's what's called the value ladder. So there's a lot of businesses, or marketers, I should say, who have something that's very low ticket. So something that's maybe like a book or like an ebook. I'm talking about like a physical book. They might have like an ebook. They might have maybe like some type of newsletter, different things to pretty much just get people to submit their email. And then from there, what they do is they have follow-ups. So that could just be simple emails. Maybe they even have a salesperson reach out to you. You may or may not have had that happen to you in the past, with something that you've signed up for online. And really what they have is just a whole process to keep upselling people and just keep building that relationship, keep giving value. And eventually, sooner or later, most people are going to buy. So if you have that process right, and in the beginning, I mean, I didn't have this as super complicated. I just had it as a simple phone call, and that was it. And over time, I was able to develop different text messages, different emails, and just really create a whole process behind that, which I'm actually going to show in probably another part of this kind of mini series, I would say. But yeah, you just want to have that nice and organized, and then just kind of build as you go, and talk to your customers, and really just engage with them, build value, and ultimately be able to upsell them to your product or your services. And just have a value ladder where maybe one thing will be $10, one thing will be $100, maybe 1,000, 10,000, so on. So just understanding that, and then just building people up as you continue to help them. So the next part is your CRM or pipeline. So if you guys are just relying on pen and paper, or you have an Excel spreadsheet, I highly recommend looking into a CRM. You could, if you're really just tight on money and you don't have anything that you want to invest in, I would recommend Trello. It's Trello. It's completely free. But essentially, you can just create what are called different. I'll actually show it to you real quick right here. This is a very simple CRM. This is nothing crazy fancy. I actually wouldn't recommend this as a permanent solution, but I actually used it when I first started, and pretty much got the job done. But let me see. I actually had something for my daily goals. I'll actually show you guys. Oh, this is actually back when I was working a corporate job. But yeah, basically you can just have different lists and just different activities. I know this seems like all over the place because I was very disorganized. But yeah, basically you just have different lists and you can just drag and drop people to different parts. So if you're in a sales system, maybe you have a part where the lead comes in, and then you have a follow-up section, and then you have maybe an appointment set section, and ultimately you have a part where you close the deal, whether that's a product or services or both. And then also maybe you have other sections for different situations. So maybe you have something where it's like they're not interested, not right now, or maybe you can't get in touch with them, so they're still in that sales process. So really just understanding your sales process, just organizing it, dragging and dropping them, whether that's you or if you have someone on your sales team, super, super important. Okay, so let's get back into it. So the CRM or pipeline, I actually use a CRM called Go High Level, which I'll show you guys in a future video. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of get the basic concept across to you guys. And yeah, this is just something that's super, super crucial. You just want to get the basics down first. And then of course, you can always update or upgrade your softwares and systems later down the line. The next part is notify your sales team. So if you guys have someone on your sales team, or even if you're just a single business owner, you want to make sure that you're on top of these leads. So maybe you set up an automated system where you get notified via text and or email, that you got a new lead. So not only are you having this automatic follow-up through email or text or whatever, but also, you just give them a call, see why they are interested. Really just depends on your type of business. Maybe it's a long sales process, so you follow up, after a couple of days. But usually with a lot of brick and mortar businesses, I always recommend a follow-up between 10 and 15 minutes. That way it's not right after they've opted in to be intrusive, but it's also soon enough so that they don't forget about what it is that they opted into in the beginning. So that's super, super important. And then the next part is being able to sell your products and sell your services. So this could be either online or offline. So if you're e-commerce and you sell things through a funnel, you'll be able to just direct them to the sales page. So a lot of this comes through that follow-up system, giving value and more, just keep getting that value over and over again, kind of like Gary Vee says. And then eventually they're going to buy. So a lot of this is going to come through what's called retargeting. And the way you get people to buy is not the first time that they see you, but it's after they've seen you maybe 6 or 7 or 8 times. And you're just retargeting them over and over again, and then they eventually buy your product. You can try to run people initially to a funnel, but I always recommend retargeting, just getting a warm audience, because this otherwise is just cold. They've seen you for the first time. They don't trust you. You just kind of got to build that relationship, build that value up first. So retargeting is super important. And then if it's an offline funnel, you have a conversation with them, whether that's you or your sales team, and you have a discovery call, see if it makes sense moving forward, show them how it works, find out what their needs are, maybe their current challenges, really just try to make it specific to them if it's a service that you're offering, and ultimately see if you can help them. And if you can't help them, maybe you do help them down the road and you put them back into this the sequence of follow-ups and just giving them value. Or even what you could do is, and this is something I'm currently working on, is what's called a downsell. So let's say someone can't afford your $10,000 product, but you have a downsell for, maybe, I don't know, like a, $400 like a course or something that you can give them. So it's always good to have downsells. What I recommend before just creating a bunch of products and a bunch of services is just to have one service that that works. And then after you talk to a lot of people, you kind of test the market, see what people are willing to buy, see what the price point is that they're willing to buy with, and also see, what is a good alternative. Because the last thing you want to do is create a course that no one's going to buy. So really just try to talk to your prospects first. Try to get in front of as many people as possible. Try to look for patterns, and then you can make products like digital products or even physical products, accordingly, or services. So super important. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, I just wanted to kind of break this down a little bit so that people can understand it a little bit better. This is actually a lot of stuff that I'm working on in my 2 companies right now. And it's really just important just to keep everything organized, just have people in your pipeline and keep warming people up. You know, maybe someone who doesn't buy right now, it doesn't mean that they're not, just because someone's not going to buy right now, doesn't mean they're going to buy, not going to buy like 6 months down the line or something. So just having all that systemized and having all that organized is super important for your automated systems and your sales team. So that being said, I hope this was helpful. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm always available via PM. And yeah, I hope this was able to help, and I will catch you in the next video. Thank you.